Bless you. Bless All right. Bless you again.
Shout out to my allergies acting up.
Let's do this again. Today's topic is New Orleans basketball. So pretty much this topic was one of the first topics I wanted to do when I first started the podcast, when I first started doing the podcast, because even I wanted to know the history of New Orleans basketball. New Orleans is a straight up football city. Honestly, the South is straight football.
Yeah.
Like, besides places that don't have a football team, like San Antonio and Orlando, maybe Miami, the only place whose basketball team more popular than the football team, but the South is straight football, especially New Orleans. So I just wanted to know, well, what's up with the basketball?
Miami's still football. I think the Hurricanes more popular than all of them, probably.
See, exactly.
And apparently
the South just football.
Pop Warner, like, they bet on them games.
Excuse me. The South is just straight football.
Yeah.
So that's just what it is. So, hit Keem up, let him know the idea. He said, cool. He took down his notes. I took down my notes. And like I said, this is a topic that's real, like, close, because two things I love, my city and my sport. So basketball in New Orleans is going to mesh. This is a story. Y'all sit back, relax. We're going to get into it, but first, before we even get to that, let us know what y'all think about the episode so far and the story. Facebook, Championship Ringside.
Instagram, Championship _Ringside.
Twitter, Champ Ringside.
Email, championshipringside@gmail.com.
This will be on YouTube, because we are on YouTube now. We working on having better production. Shout out to whoever could help us put up a better video. Right now we're just doing static images, but it's all about what y'all listening to. So check it out.
It did Tom Benson, the fucking
April in 2012.
Savior of New Orleans.
$338 million.
Think for like a 10-year contract?
$338 million.
And that was probably...
For anybody who listened to the beginning of the episode, do you remember how much it cost to get a team?
$1,200. I mean, $1,000.
$1,000. You was trying to put extra on that. $1,000.
Yeah, think about it.
Let's do the math. 2012.
You really about
45 years later. Oh, you thought I couldn't do that fast?
I thought you were about to try to do the math with the numbers.
No, they do the math. Now I'm doing math on years. 45 years later, this team got worth $338 million.
And that's Tom Benson probably had that in his other pants. Like, that one shit.
So look, he immediately asked for a name change. He don't want the Hornets no more, which is cool. So what there was two other names before we got to Pelicans.
What was it?
You don't know?
Saints?
Nah, really?
Why not? Hey, look, I'm all for changing the
Tom Benson was the owner of the Saints, but I don't think he was going to do Saints and Saints.
I'm all for changing the Redskins name to the Wizards. So...
okay, that's clearly not going to work. But it was the New Orleans Brass and the New Orleans Crew.
We already had the New Orleans Brass.
What was that?
That was the hockey team. That was the team Ray Nagin owned. Shout out to Ray Nagin. I heard he free.
Ray Nagin? Oh, okay. He free?
Yeah, he out in the streets.
All right. I don't think he out in the streets, but
He probably out in the streets. He a whole gangster out here.
Nah, I don't think. Tax evasion?
He out in the streets.
Oh, okay. All right.
Ray Nagin.
All right. Shout out to Ray Nagin just because it's a New Orleans episode.
He probably got...
So, What's the other crown and jewel? Oh, well, we said it on Pelicans, clearly. That's a state bird, if y'all didn't know, for people who not from New Orleans.
It took a couple years for me to be like...
It took 1 year. When I first heard it, was like,
So I think I said Hornets up until like 2016, son.
Yeah. I got Pelicans grew on me after a while.
Cause like the Pelicans, the Hornets was.
That came from a 1800s baseball team.
I got used to the Pelicans, to the Hornets, and the arena being the Hive and all that shit. I was like, what they gonna call the arena now? The Pelicans Nest, all that shit. But I guess it,
I'm sorry, y'all. I really said I wasn't gonna talk about this, but I'm watching Isaiah Thomas throw Alex to Jordan. Like, is these dudes faking for ratings?
Probably gotta fake it to make it.
I swear everybody just copied the wrestling format.
Yeah.
Isaiah Thomas and Jordan probably having steak dinner behind each other and behind the scenes.
Who the hell in that situation? I think it's like just two tweeners going at it.
Pretty much, because it's like everybody can see past that smile on Jordan.
Jordan look like he probably want to hit him with a chip.
But look, I'm sorry, y'all. Wham! Right back into it. 2012. Tom Benson brought us, and guess what? Was the other crown of jewel in 2012?
You got the number one pick.
And that turned out to be?
Anthony Davis.
A top player in New Orleans. That's
coming off a championship in Kentucky.
That's going to be our last person I bring as a top. Unless, fuck no. I'm going to mention Austin Rivers.
Man.
But, that's all I'm going to do with you,
Austin Rivers has so much potential.
Shout
out to Monty Williams. He used to always come in my Walgreens while I worked at.
Hey, man.
And he with the 1970s voice. Like, what's up, coach? What's up, brother? Bro. I bought a lot of candy.
You didn't get a picture?
I was at work. I couldn't do it. I had to be professional.
Walgreens.
Yeah, I was professional at Walgreens, bro.
What section you talking about? Not the cashier. Huh?
I was in the front. Whenever I take over for the lunch.
I've been to Walgreens. Them cashiers ain't professional.
Yeah. But, you
hold a different standard, huh?
Yeah, bro.
All right. So,
serious man.
Let's see.
I ain't gonna be that guy. Be like, oh, Coach, he came in there all the time. So it was like, kind of like we was friends. Well, he was more my friend than I was his friend.
I'm gonna let you take over on between Andy Davis getting drafted and 2015. Don't mention the playoffs though.
All right.
You got anything to say between those times?
I'm just happy he bulked up because I don't know if you remember that Clippers game we went to. Blake Griffin was just throwing him around, looking like a little boy.
Yeah, but he was like what, 18?
Like 19.
All right.
I don't think he was 200 pounds.
So you got anything on anything before that?
Nah, he just, his first couple of years was riddled with a lot of injuries. And
I was talking about the team as a whole.
Oh.
We traded for Drew, I think was the next draft year?
The next year.
Yeah, we traded for Drew, which I thought was a stupid fucking mistake. Like, I like Drew, but I think giving up the draft picks was dumb.
They drafted Nerlens Noel, and I thought they was going to have the two Kentucky boys together. And then they wound up trading him. Then they wound up getting but see,
and then Drew was hurt. I think when he first got here too.
They got Drew, and they wound up signing Tyreke Evans. Or did they trade for him? I think he signed.
I have no idea.
But I think that was more to please Eric Gordon because they was trying to still trying to please him because remember he got traded and that following off season he tried to go sign with Phoenix and he was like, let me go to Phoenix. I won't start fresh with Phoenix and blah, blah, blah. And the Hornets was like, nah, we're not about to let you go. We just traded you for Chris Paul.
I remember that, yeah. I remember that.
It was like, yeah, so you stuck with us. And, he had the injuries and all that shit. So it is what it is with him. So they was, like I said, they was trying to build a team around AD, but they was still trying to get, guys in there. I don't know, Gordon was cool with Holiday and Tyreke Evans. Some shit I don't know. But on paper, they had a nice team going for them. Then they signed Omer Ashik, and he had a couple of good years with
Well, people hated that fucking sign.
Yeah. But, I
can't believe you even mentioned that on this podcast.
He played. I'm just, I'm going through the names. I remember all that shit, dog.
Damn, you got...
Oh, you know what? Thinking about it, them Hornets days, it was one thing I was grateful for with Jordan playing for the Wizards. That was my only opportunity to ever see him play in person. And he cooked the Hornets that night, too. He gave him 45. I remember that shit. But yeah, like it was just something I meant to mention earlier. But yeah, dog, like when coming off, he was playing behind Joakim Noah, so it's like, of course he was gonna look good. And I think they gave that dude $40 million, dog. They was getting like 10 million a year or some shit like that. Probably more than that.
Man, look.
But he was alright, and
You don't gotta do
next
that.
to AD.
You don't gotta do that. You don't gotta do
He
that.
was alright, but he just...
That team was whack.
It was.
I can't,
whack, 'cause
like,
Drew
Keem,
Holiday was always hurt.
I gave
Tyreek
it.
was always
I'm about to
hurt.
say, Keem, I gave you the flow. I get what you was doing, but man, we never made the playoffs. Like,
Yeah, everybody was always hurt, and then Austin Rivers was like
didn't
the
they say?
scapegoat.
Did they say the fucking football medical staff was dealing with our basketball medical staff, some shit like that?
The whole organization was running the basketball team. The whole Saints organization was running the basketball team.
Yeah, because Mickey Loomis was overseeing Dell Dempsey.
That's why
shit like
AD was like, I gotta get the fuck, because you can't have your fucking football people running a basketball team.
So look, I do want to shout out to 2015 season. They made the playoffs and got swept.
Oh, that lucky shot AD hit
So-
Oklahoma.
Yeah, and I think they had a tiebreak or some shit like that.
That was the deciding factor.
So look, peep game. If y'all watch Golden State celebrate that 2015 championship, Alvin Gentry's stupid ass in talking about this gonna be us next year, AD.
We gonna kill one.
This gonna be us. This gonna be us next year, AD. And I'm sitting there shaking my fucking head like, I hope this dude he's stealing he gonna steal some players or something. So now, let's see, how far we into this? Hour 45. All right. So now we enter the Gentry and AD era. So tell you what, I have pretty much 2 or 3 things to say about that fucking era. If you want me to go first and knock that out, and you want to fill in blanks, or you want to say something.
Boogie. That's all I got.
All right, so you fill in the blanks. I'm doing. So Gentry and AD era was trash to me.
Horrible.
AD was always hurt. I don't give a fuck what the injury was. It was always hurt. Soon as he fall, everybody was like, you can hear everybody in the crowd cursing. Like, oh, that's it. He out for the year. So, look, the best year is hands down 2017, 2018. Boogie, Rondo, AD.
Oh, man.
So, we went to the playoffs that year. We swept Portland Trailblazers that year. We lost to the best team, quote unquote, like the best team on paper. Like we can't beat that team.
Golden State beat them in 4 or 5, huh?
4 or 5, but
I think they stole it.
And remind you, Boogie got hurt at the end of the season, in the regular season.
I think Golden State swept them.
Probably so. That was the Durant Warriors, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. So I wouldn't be surprised they swept them. I think that was the year they swept everybody besides Cleveland. Wait, no, that was the second year. No, they didn't.
The second year they swept Cleveland. The first year is when they swept everybody but Cleveland.
Yeah, okay. So, look, another blunder on team management. They let both AD and Rondo. AD, Boogie and
Rondo.
I know, right? Why I keep saying it? Well, I guess because he fucking left too. But
yeah.
Boogie and Rondo both left. So I'm pretty sure that's play a part in AD leaving. And then, of course, AD asked for a trade. And pretty much, somehow, some way, we wound up getting a number 1 pick. And we tell AD, look, we got the number 1 pick. What's popping? He still wanted to leave. And I'll be honest with you, those are the only significant parts about the Gentry and AD era. Everything else was injuries, missing the playoffs, disappointing rotations. And honestly, no disrespect to the Gentry, but what the fuck? Come on. And pretty much that led to Zion. I'm sorry, I went too fast. That led to the number 1 pick, which led to Zion. And AD leaving led to Zion getting here, and of course let the Brandon Ingram and Lonzo Ball and Josh Hart come in through a trade, and pretty much, of course.
Before we could have got Kuzma.
Yeah, but
I don't know who
Dale
said
Demps.
no. Dale Demps.
Dale Demps decided to say no. He thought being petty was pretty cool, which, yeah, that's why he don't have a job. So David Griffin is in. I forgot when they fired Dale Demps. When they fired Dale Demps?
They fired Dale Demps.
2019, huh?
Yeah.
And they hired I was about to say Blake Griffin. David Griffin. And yeah, pretty much like I said, we got Brandon, we got Zion, got Lonzo Ball. We disappointed in the 2019 season because Zion decided to stay fat.
Yeah.
And Alvin Gentry still don't know how to keep the right team in when they're winning. Like, you know, this team is doing pretty good. Let's sub somebody out. Nah. Let's just keep them in. So David Griffin, I see and say, you know what, you're done. And now that leads us to Scott Van Pelt. I'm playing. Yeah, Stan Van Gundy.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Scott Van Pelt would be a nice coach.
I'm gonna just put ... when I say Stan Van Gundy because I don't know what that's gonna lead to.
Oh, 44 wins. ...
All right. So yeah, that's pretty much my AD Gentry era all the way down to the SVG era.
High pitch screams.
So I missed anything? You got anything to jump in on that?
Nah. Even I was hoping even if they didn't keep Boogie, they could at least kept Nikola Mirotic. That was a nice pairing too. Next to AD.
Yeah, there's a nice
They
stretch
could have kept Rondo and kept Mirotic. Holiday emerged as one of the top two-way players. One of the top two-way players in the league because he was actually healthy. They had took time off because his wife had some type of head injury. But when he came back, like I said, he emerged to one of the best two-way players in the league. It would have been nice for AD to stay here with Zion, but it is what it is. We got a good team right now. I don't feel a coach, but I mean, hey, prove me wrong.
Yeah, I'm about to say we gotta have to get that time. So, what you think? Hey, where you stand on that story on the history of New Orleans?
Depressing as fuck.
Yeah,
it's like Infinity War all over again.
We made some bad decisions.
Man, just to think about.
Could have had Kyle Kuzma, could have had Magic Johnson, could have had Moses Malone. Could have kept the fucking team. Like,
maybe could have had Kobe. Unless Kobe would have left. Kobe probably would have been Kobe.
Maybe, I don't know. But
then again, I don't know.
But real talk, I can't lie to you. This still is one of my favorite ones.
Got a fun, depressing, long history.
Yeah, pretty much bad decisions when it comes to the GM shit.